Today I'm going to share with you what I eat as a raw vegan, and I'm currently and have been for over 9 years living in Phuket, Thailand. For those new here, my name's Toni. Welcome and welcome back to my subscribers. So what I eat in a day is usually pretty much the same most of the time. Pretty consistent. I try to vary it, mix it up sometimes, but I'm very consistent. I didn't realize that until I have people staying with me. I stay with friends and they say, you eat pretty much the same things regularly. But now and again, yeah, I'm not opposed to mixing it up. I do believe in variety, but I don't believe variety in a meal for most of the time, because when we start over complicating our meals, having loads of different ingredients, it's just a lot for the digestion. We want clean, simple, and I just want less stress. I want more focus on being here right now, being in the moment, without being weighed down, with these heavy foods. I used to be a binge eater. Over the past, I've been vegan 16 years, and in that has been messy as well, being a vegan, but also navigating the world of dieting, restriction. I've been in that way worse before. The past 6 years, I've healed my binge eating disorder, my low mood swings, my PMS. I don't struggle with periods anymore. I don't struggle with IBS. All of those digestive discomforts. That was my real problem. Headaches every month, during my menstrual cycle, fluctuation in my weight, bloating, gas. Even I remember, and it was only recently I started to remember this, that when I used to sweat, I used to sweat a lot, and I used to smell, and I just don't smell anymore. And that's from this lifestyle, this diet. I feel like I can't go back. And if I ever eat some cooked, I feel it. I do feel it. My odor, my smell changes. I don't feel as energized. I don't feel as present and as conscious. I find nourishing my body I've never been this way in my whole life. I've been tweaking it over the years. I fast-tracked my success with a coach, so I highly recommend a coach. I do offer coaching, but I really invested in nourishing my body, but also nourishing my soul, because I had a lot of emotional attachments to food, which most of us have. We have these addictions because, quite frankly, we're a little lost. We're not just addicted because of the chemicals they put in these foods, but also it's the attachments we associate with them. We always stay with what's familiar, but it's not necessarily comfortable. Sometimes we have to get uncomfortable in the beginning to be comfortable later on. And I kind of knew this philosophy, this way, and I started to implement that in all areas of my life, and in particularly my lifestyle, my diet. My diet has been tweaked over the years, and I can honestly say this is the best time of me feeling. In my 40s now, I feel the best I've ever been. I'm much more conscious, more present, instead of this chaotic. I had a lot of energy, and when I first went raw, I had a lot of energy. Now I'm channeling, tuning it into a much more calmer presence. But I'm also listening. I'm listening to my body. I teach intuitive eating. Get back to nature, get back to basics, simplicity. Anyways, I'm going to get straight into it so that you can see what I eat on average. And yeah, it is pretty much the same day in, day out. Like I said, with a little bit of flexibility here and there, which I'll share as well. I'll show you some things that may replace certain things, but overall, this is what I eat. I'm not saying this is what you have to eat, and it may even look differently depending on your needs and where you're at in the stage of your journey. Because where I'm at in mine, 6 years raw, 16 years vegan, it might look differently for you. And that's why I offer coaching, because coaching really gets to your own truth, your own process. So I really recommend investing in coaching, especially throughout your journey, but in the beginning stages. So I actually don't eat until around 10, even 11, sometimes 12, because I intermittent fast. I've done plenty of videos on intermittent fasting. I love it. it's like game changer. 6 to 8 hours I eat in an eating window, and the rest I fast for my sleep, for digestion. And then when you combine that with a nourishing whole foods raw as much as possible, I'm raw diet, you're gonna catapult your results in just feeling absolutely incredible, calm, present, but also remaining slim and lean all year round without actually doing an awful lot. Because my training now has changed quite a bit. And I do fluctuate between my trainings, but I don't do high intensity. It's very calming. It's slow movements. But anyways, my first meal that I start with is usually a hydrating fruit, such as watermelon. I usually have half or a full watermelon. That's my go-to. Sometimes I have a smoothie bowl, but I usually start with something very hydrating, even a green juice. So sometimes I'll have that instead of a watermelon, but on average I have a watermelon. And I love, love, love lemons on my watermelon. It's so divine. It's like lemonade. It's so delicious, hydrating, cleansing, just great after you've fasted all night and you start your day. But I must share as well, I do have a litre of lemon water around this time before I have so I don't have anything, sometimes water, sometimes nothing, until around 10, 11. 10 is usually when I have my lemon water, and that's when I have my watermelon. And then from there, I'll have a green juice around lunch, usually a litre of green juice, usually the Lemon Ginger Blast by Corona. I add mint. It's absolutely incredible, super, super hydrating, everything you need, packed with all of these nutrients that are just going to absolutely catapult your nutrition. Seriously, the Lemon Ginger Blast is one of the most powerful juices you can drink. The lemon in itself is so stringent, it's pulling. You know, the celery, cucumber, apple, parsley, cilantro, ginger, turmeric, lemon. I add mint. It just works in synergy with the body to gently and effectively detox the waste out of your blood, bowels, and lymph. Cleans cells and brings you closer to spiritual bliss. And I know fresh is best, but it's not always practical, so I do store it in the fridge, sometimes in the freezer, but usually I'm doing it every 3 to 5 days. I batch juice generally, unless I'm feeling in the mood, I've got a bit more time, I'm more at home, I will do the juices fresh. Then I tend to have like fruit chopped up in glass jars in my fridge. I love the presentation. I was really that bothered about it before, but now I really do enjoy seeing fruit easily available, access, just simple fruits all chopped up in different containers or glass jars I prefer. I just love just nibbling on those, and sometimes I make some cacao and banana sauce, so I just blend it with bananas or frozen bananas with cacao and cinnamon. That's a really nice. I have chocolate sauce always in my fridge because I absolutely love cacao, especially if I don't have the days where I'm not having the smoothie bowls, because often I'm having smoothie bowls sometimes in the afternoon with cacao, bananas, and some toppings of mango or cacao nibs. I really enjoy some of the variety of the smoothie bowls. And then later, usually around between 4 and 6, I will have a salad. And it's usually either from this wee cafe that I absolutely love getting there. I pick and choose what I want on the salad. It's massive. I add extras on there. It's super affordable, so cheap. Or I get the Burmese tea leaf salad. So delicious. I don't often create salads at home, but I do like to have some chopped cucumbers and tomatoes, so I have those in the fridge, and sometimes when I get back I'll just snack on those, but it's always within this short window. So yeah, it might seem a lot to some people, it might not, but for me it all depends on how I'm feeling. I really monitor my cycle, my menstrual cycle, the way I'm feeling. Usually the 2 weeks of the month after my period, I have a low appetite. So generally I'm just having fruits, green smoothie for a majority of that. I notice my appetite increasing and my wanting to, it's a bit of a habit, and I see it over the years. What I used to do is really binge out on really unhealthy foods. Like I had 250-gram bars of fruit and nuts and cakes. I'd eat loads of those. So because now I have so much fruit and I enjoy the abundance and not restriction, I never restrict. I do enjoy a lot more calories and I don't feel deprived. So I'll have more chocolate sauce, I'll have more smoothie bowls, I'll have more salads. I will fill up. So that's why you'll often see me eating the water. I always start with the watermelon or a green juice or both. Then I'll have the smoothie bowl, I'll have lots of fruit, and then I'll have chocolate sauce pretty much throughout with the fruit, and then a big salad, and sometimes the snacks with tomatoes. I love chopped up cucumber, tomatoes, and I have some dips that I like to make out of seeds, nuts and seeds, and I'll enjoy that. So usually my cycle is 2 weeks of the month I'm just enjoying lighter foods, more fruits. I focus even on more mono fruits as well. So I have a less appetite. And then I have 2 weeks of that, and definitely 1 week of it where my appetite has increased. I want more heavier, denser foods. This is my body. This is what I'm seeing with most women. Men usually have a 24-hour cycle. Ours is a 28 days. Out of the month, 1 to 2 weeks is where you want to enjoy heavier, denser foods. Don't restrict. I enjoy more avocados. It all balances out. And because I'm so intuitive in what I eat, I'm not doing it out of other reasons of, yeah, maybe I'll have like, yeah, I'm feeling a bit sad and I'll eat some. But because I'm prepared and my body is so used to eating good foods, I don't result into those massive binges. Like I've not done it in 6 years perhaps. No overeating on junk crap food. I enjoy raw vegan cakes when I go traveling. I'm out and about here and there, but very rare. The majority of the time is whole, clean foods. Always fresh as much as possible. So yeah, you might thinking, wow, I don't know if I can do that. It's a bit restrictive. Or for me, that's not restrictive anymore. It's like an abundance. I enjoy it. I don't, like I say, binge and use food to comfort, distract, numb, escape anymore. I really don't do it. So for me, it's empowering. It's changed my life. And I forget sometimes how much my life has completely changed until I start to spend time with others and they see the way I eat, completely different to how I used to be, especially friends that used to know me, how much I used to eat. I still eat a lot, but whole foods, and it's only at periods of the month, and I allow myself to enjoy those. And there will be times that I go out of that eating time zone. That's fine. I'm not here to be perfect. But overall, that is how I find I do my best. Those 2 weeks of light eating, it's sometimes even just 2 light meals, mono fruit meals. That's it. But usually when I'm on my periods, it's heavier foods. And training wise, it does vary. I like to walk a lot. I walk a lot in the morning with the dogs. I'll do some squats, some stretching at the beach. And then I've just recently joined the gym, so I'm getting back into the gym now. I'm doing some routines there, getting excited, getting back my strength, which is great about this lifestyle. Like you pick things up just as you pretty much left. And I want to remain agile. I do believe we need to do some weight bearing exercise, at least your body weight. For me, I love the gym because it keeps that structure, the routine. I enjoy it. I like to mix it up. So it just depends. It's been the past year I've not had a gym membership, and just recently, just joined. So I'm going to see a lot of changes in my body very quickly, because when you eat this way, it's great because you see the results very quick. You lean and you remain lean, but you get even leaner because it's so nourishing. And for me, it's not just how I look, it's how I feel, and how I feel in my heart, my soul. Everything is always working towards alignment. So if you want support on your journey of where you're at now, not where I'm at, but where you're at and the steps you can take to get results, because I do want you to see results and very quickly, I can fast track that success for you. I can take away all of that complication, struggling, because I've been there, and it's hard. It's not easy when you're making shifts in your life, and we always want to fall to the familiar. So I get the struggle, I get the frustrations, and sometimes when you're not seeing the results, guarantee you'll see results with my process, but also the support, the love and kindness I bring to my coaching. I am not as, aggressive. I'm not one of those that'll tell you should. I just encourage much more aligned practices that are self-loving, that you can take away for the rest of your life. If you do want coaching, all that information is in the description box below. I do have ebooks as well that can support you, that they're a great tools to assist you on your journey as well. So that's all in the description box. If you do like this video, thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe. Also turn on the bell notification to be notified of when the next videos are. Be, feel and stay Rawlicious.